What I want to explain now is I had a bit of a fail years ago when I did a long distance hike, and the fail was with the shirt I had, and it was just a trekking shirt, you know, with a zip going up here and all that, by Burgos as well, so it was a good name. But I washed it and it stretched and shrunk and all sorts, and it failed on me, okay? So and I ended up buying a shirt like this, exactly like this one actually, the Singy trekking shirt by fjallraven, and it won the day and it lasted for ages. So that's what I'm going to explain really. So if you're a bushcrafter or thinking about doing a long distance hike or preparing for the end of the world or something like that, then you might be interested in this video. So let's have a look and see what the pros and cons are of both shirts to get you ready for this doomsday sort of thing. Not really, I'm only joking. Right, let's start off with the fleece shirt. They're quick drying, okay, we all know that. And also if you're wearing it as a base layer, because it is baggy, nice and baggy, in a hot sort of climate, it's going to feel warm against the skin. You know, when you're going to sweat on the lower part of your back, right then it's against your skin, bit of a cool breeze comes along, it's not going to feel very cold, you know, it's going to feel comfortable. All right, so they're quite nice in that way, and they're all right for a day hike or a weekend, or even a weekend, or even a week, you know, sort of going out hiking and wild camping and what have you. They're all right, you know, but that's all they can do as far as I'm concerned. They're just comfortable, warm, good as part of a layer system, and they dry quick as well, whether it's you've washed it or sweat on your back. And that's about it. That's the only good thing about them. The cons are, in a long-term situation, I think the material is going to bead and wear away over the shoulders where your rucksack straps are going to be, because they're going to be firm. And you can't roll the sleeves up with these sort of shirts, even this one. I mean, the split there, it's all right if you've got big hands, but that's about it. You know, that split is not big enough. And you're thinking, well, I could pull them up, but they're just going to fall down. They're not going to be very reliable, you know. It's going to be on your mind of your sleeves keeping on falling down and what have you. So, and also, they're not very robust. I mean, the thing is with me, I did this long distance hike. I washed the shirt in warm water. I didn't even wring it out, you know, just give it a squeeze, and it stretched on the one arm, it was shrunk on the other arm, and it was no good, you know. It was all sort of stretched around and what have you on the body as well, and I had to wear that for a couple of weeks until I got to somewhere where where I could renew it. So and I renewed it with the Singy trekking jacket, Singy trekking shirt by fjallraven, and that won the day. That won the months ahead as well, you know. So so they're all right. They're okay for short hikes, or, you know, hiking for a week, what have you, and you know, they're part of a layer system and they're warm against the skin and this, that and the other. They dry quick, but that's about it. They can't do anything else. So long term, I wouldn't use one of these shirts again, okay? Somebody else might have a different experience, but my experience was these type of shirts did fail, and the one I had was a Burgos at the time, so it was a good name. So yeah, there's the pros and there's the cons about these sort of shirts. And now for the traditional styled shirt. Okay, the pros and cons. Well, I'll do the cons first because there's not many of them. The cons are it won't dry as quick as the other one, okay, but it will dry fairly quick, but not as good as the other one. And when you're sweating, if it's a hot day and it's your base layer, because it's nice and baggy, so it's ideal to wear a shirt on its own, and you get a bit sweaty along the lower part of your back, it gets a bit damp, and a cold breeze comes along, it will feel a little bit cool, sort of cold, you know. And if you're climatized to the heat, you're going to feel that cold as well, because your skin's going to be hot. And a little uncomfortable with that, but it's not awful, you know. You could live with it, it's not a problem, okay. And that's probably all the cons, you know. I suppose it in a cold, damp situation, maybe even freezing as well, it's going to absorb the moisture in the air because it's polycotton, see. So that's another con. But I mean, you could work around these sort of things. You could just, you know, just put up with it. You know, it's not going to kill you. You know, as long as you've got the layers inside it and outside it correct, then you're going to be all right, you know. And I mean, this is about long term now. I would use one of these long term than the other type, okay. So you could sort of live with it, you know. So I think that's all the cons. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it, you know. So okay, let's go into the pros now. If it's going to be hot and you've got your rucksack straps going over your shoulders for months on end, this material is going to be durable, okay. It's not going to wear away as quick as the other one, so it could put up with the work that you're doing, you know. So and also in hot conditions, it's nice and baggy, you know. If it's a base layer, using it as a base layer. And if you've got no midges about, you can fold up the sleeves all right. There's a nice big split there. Button cuffs, you know, they all like that. So you can roll up the sleeves as well. And also on this one, it's got buttons with a little tab underneath where you could put the strap up, little tab up, and button them up as well. So you're not going to worry about your sleeves falling down and the material stretching or anything like that. And yeah, what else is it? Okay, in the cold weather, you know, you can work around the layer systems. It's going to be all right. Not sure about really freezing, but in the cold and damp and a little bit freezing, it'll be okay. All you need to do, I mean, I'm talking long term now, you know, where you're using one set of clothing. You can, depending on your metabolism, you could put a merino wool t-shirt, short arms underneath, and a t-shirt with merino wool t-shirt with long arms over that as well. And what you're basically doing is having a removable liner underneath, so you know it feels warm when it's damp, and you'll be cozy, you know. Or you could just have one t-shirt underneath made of merino wool with long arms, and that you know, it depends on your metabolism, what you, if you feel the cold easy or you feel the heat easy, you know, that's up to you. So it can be used in the damp weather and the slightly freezing weather as well, but I'm not sure about the extreme freezing weather. Yeah, it's really good general purpose, long distance, you know. It'll go for ages. You can wash it in a 40-degree wash, or in a hot water in the sink, and scrunch it about, wring it out, and it's gonna stay in shape, not like the other one that failed me, you know. So yeah, you know, they're good. If I did another long-term trek, a long-term hike, or long-term backpacking, I would use one of these type shirts without a doubt. And that's about it really. It's what I'm going to do now. Oh, I did, after my long distance hike over a few years or so, I thought these were so good. I actually bought about 7 of them. Yeah, it was 7, and this is actually the 8th one. This is a brand new one. So the other ones were 65 quid, but now in 2024 they're actually £110. Okay, and you can see it's new because it's got the little still got the folds from where it was folded up in the where it was like. So yeah, so yeah, I've got 8 of these now, and I think they're really good, you know, general purpose, do anything, go anywhere, long term, you know. So what I'll do now is that because this is a new one, there's a couple of differences between the new shirts and the old shirts of the Singy trekking type. So they're basically the pockets are a little bit bigger on the new type. Okay, so I'm going to show that now and see what you think. There you go. You can see the chest pockets are a little bit smaller on the older types. I've got the tape measure there. Don't know whether you can see that. It's 4 3/4 inches on the old ones. There you go. They put it there. And on the new ones, they're, whoop, let's get it in line. You're looking at 6, 6.5, 6 3/4, something like that. Bit in between actually. 6 and 6, call it 6 3/4. So as you can see, the chest pockets are a little bit bigger on the new ones. And on the pocket on the left arm, on the old one, you could call that 4 inches, and the new one is, no, call it 5. Yeah, 5 inches. yeah, I mean, get down your bugger. There you go. Something like 5 inches, so they're a little bit bigger, you can see that. Right, I'll just go into the details of this shirt now and wrap it up. So the material is the fjallraven's G1000. There you go, if you can see that, with a nice little Swedish flag on the edge. And which means it's 65% polyester, recycled, and 35% cotton organic. It's produced without PFCs. And another thing on the cons I missed, it can be waxed, okay, with the Greenland wax. So that'll make it a little bit more waterproof or water resistant, depending if you live in the UK or not. Okay, and so there you go. So yeah, it's all about the long distance thing really. I mean, the army doesn't wear these type of shirts. They wear these more robuster type shirts, don't they? So that says something. So anyway, that's all I'm going to say, except like, share, subscribe, and thanks very much for watching this far. And you know, if you're going to do a long distance thing, you want your stuff to be in good order and get the best stuff you can in it. So yeah, cheers, and good luck with your long distance jobby, whatever you're going to do.